Good morning, YouTube fans. It is Sunday, January 1st, 2017, 8:20 a.m. in the morning. This is Dr. J coming to you with my New Year's video. Let's take a little quick stroll down memory lane. In June of 2014, Adam Davies and John Carlson went to SOA with me, not expecting all the Squatch activity that they got. Also, on top of that, and that would be the first two nights, not expecting all the Squatch activity they got during the first two nights, but also not expecting the portal activity they got, and I wasn't either. They got the last two nights there, including the two 3-foot tall guardians with glowing red eyes. Anyway, took 10 months waiting for Adam to come out. He didn't. Knew he needed to come out for his own emotional well-being. Couldn't stuff all that inside. Not a good thing to do. And also didn't want data repressed, because a true man of science doesn't repress data out of fear of being ridiculed. So with all the above, I released the information at our April 2015 conference about the portal. And boy, did the poop hit the fan. Boom, splat everywhere. Lit up Bigfoot Dome. Somehow Cynthia dragged up electronic equipment up the side of the mountain and put on a light show for Adam and John and Grady. Grady was there too, and we hired midgets in costumes to run after Adam and John, until Adam and John finally came out during a internet radio interview and confirmed that no, they weren't hoaxed by me, and yes, it really did happen. And then people were going, well, okay, some people jumped on board. I guess Dr. J is telling the truth. And others are like, well, no, he's a psychologist. He hypnotizes people. Yeah, right. Do you want to know something? I have intentionally avoided being trained in hypnotherapy. Had no intention to want to become a hypnotherapist. Why is that, Dr. J? Well, the reason why is because it increases your odds significantly of being sued by your clients. That's why. And there's a lot of false memories that can be created through hypnotherapy, and it's just not very reliable. Not a very reliable method to get at the truth. And by the way, neither are lie detector tests. There's a reason why they're not allowed to be used in a court of law, because they're unreliable. Yet, people still use them, even though they're unreliable, trying to pretend that they're reliable, but they're not. And if they're not permitted in a court of law, then they're not reliable. So if you're using them anywhere else, you're silly. So anyway, all that happened in 2014. 2015, the poop hit the fan. And that really got the trolls and the haters all jacked up trying to find SOA. And a year ago, they did. They found SOA. And so a year ago, if you scroll down, you'll find my January 2016 video, where I apologized to the trolls for being an a-hole. They were an a-hole, but so was I, and I kind of egged them on and kind of got it. But you want to know something? The cool thing is that the Squatches work in the background. They work in the background. They knew it was coming. I don't know how they knew it was coming, but they knew it was coming, and they were kind of slowly but surely, since June of 2015, kind of moving us away from SOA. So when it got crashed at the end of 2015, and Cynthia and I felt like we got our stomachs punched in, kicked in, and there were some tears shed, I got a vision. I really did get a vision in not these mountains behind me, but I did get a vision of a certain scenery that I had seen years and years ago, And they said, if you go to this spot, and again, not the spot behind me, this is just an example, go to this spot, we'll guide you from there. So I went to that spot, and I brought Joe Ligda with me as a witness. And we drove around in the mountain logging roads, and sure enough, we eventually got to a spot where there were tree knocks, and a very tall tree got pushed right over in front of our face, probably, I don't know, 50, 60 feet off the road. But after the ground was stomped to get our attention to look at that direction to see the tree get pushed over, and Jill and I are like, wow, that's confirmation. So we were in that spot for a little while, which is, dubbed Soya 1, the Southern Oregon Interaction Area, first spot, right? Until Onks, my guardian, was telling me to go out there, and I ignored him the first day, and finally went out the second day and found a note out there that somebody was threatening to kill me if I didn't stop going out there. And I was like, oh, that's a good reason not to go out there. And Onks said, we're going to take you to a new spot, and there's more to the story than that, but I'm not going to burn up time on the video telling you it. So anyway, I was led to a new spot, which is Soya 2, but to avoid the confusion to a lot of people that don't keep up with all my postings, we're just going to call it Soya, period. Just Soya, S-O-I-A, Southern Oregon Interaction Area. So we got up there, and some freaking incredible stuff has been happening up there. Some of it we've shared online. Some of it I can't reveal. Zorth does not want me to reveal it until our conference this spring in April. And no, I'm not trying to jack up attendance numbers. You didn't have to be there in the spring of 2015 to hear about the portal in SOA, did you? No, you didn't. You still heard about it. And you're going to hear about what happened in Soya. You don't have to be at the conference to hear about it. But I guarantee you, it is going to stir the pot in Bigfootdom again. The poop is going to hit the fan, splat, splat, splat. The trolls and haters are going to go crazy. Some of you are going to be going, wow, this makes so much sense, Dr. J. It ties it all together. Thank you so much for sharing it with us. And the haters are going to hate. So I'm just letting you guys know what's coming down the pike. About 4 months from now, right? End of April. And so just get ready. If you can make the conference, we'd love to see you there. If not, you don't have to be there. You're going to hear about it. And my book is coming along, by the way. There's the kitty. Meow, meow. So anyway, you don't have to be there to hear about it. And my book is coming along really, really well. What's the name of your book? Well, good question. The name of my book is